I'm just going to do a quick review of the TM-71, the Haupon TM-71 and the Haupon TM-73. These are called HomeRite sprayers. If you want to look at the HomeRite reviews, it's the same sprayers. Although I've seen very little on the TM-73. There doesn't seem to be much on YouTube regarding this sprayer. They're identical sprayers. They perform exactly the same. The only difference is this one's a 300ml pot. That's a 1.1 litre pot. Fractionally smaller motor in this one, but they actually perform exactly the same. They spray paints the same. So there is a 500 model, a TM500, I believe. The nozzles from these two don't fit the 500, the middle one. So I would say either buy this one or this one. I'd say buy this one first. It's a little bit more money, but you get the three nozzles. You get the 1.5mm, you get a 2.5mm and a 4mm nozzle, where you only get a 1.3 with this one. But I've taken the 1.5 from this one and put on the smaller one, and it sprays gloss fine, undercoat, satin finish fine. I've also used this one with a 2.5 mil nozzle. So if the paint's a little bit thicker, then and it's not spraying right, I might swap this over to the 2.5 mil nozzle, which I believe is in here. They give you cleaning brush, some other bits and pieces. I've also bought some pots. You can now buy the pots extra to store your paint, and they do the cleaning kit, which I haven't used yet, which I can connect up the hose pipe and flush it through, which should be easier. Through a few things. When you clean these, they do a cleaning kit now available on Amazon UK, which connects up to the hose pipe and fits onto this pipe here and blows water out the end. So that's quite useful for cleaning. There's also under here, if I pull that off, there's a one-way valve just there, if you can see it. Yeah, that one there. Make sure that's clear and cleaned regularly, because the bore tends to stick if it gets a little bit of paint on it. I normally can use it for 2 days. I can leave it overnight and use it the next day, but much beyond that I find you have to clean it out, otherwise this gets a bit gummed up, and then put fresh paint in and run through. When cleaning, on the instructions it's not very clear about how to do it in that, but they're trying to tell you to put on the little bit of metal bar there a bit of WD-40, and the bar goes right the way through. I'm taking the nozzle off this one, but the bar goes right the way through to the needle at the end, and you just spray it with WD-40 to keep that free and stop it from rusting. It's the same on this model here. They're very similar inside. This one's got paint in, so I can't take it off. It's got a one-way valve. Now that one-way valve does pull off, if I can get him off, like that. And I always put a little bit of Vaseline on it, and it just makes it easier to come on and off. And that comes apart. The little cap that I'm holding here comes off, and there's a little ball and a spring in there, so you need to clean it, pop it back on, a little bit of Vaseline, put it back on there. You never want to get water in that hole there. That goes through to the motor, but it's fine in the big hole through there. You can buy pots for these. This is a 300ml pot, whereas this bigger one comes with a 1.1 litre pot. I find that you don't have to put a lot of water with it. On average 4-5%, maybe up to sort of 7%. Some people say put 10%, but you just got to experiment and see how you go. But it depends on the paint you're using. I'm using, like I said, Benjamin Moore Scuff X. I also like Benjamin Moore Advanced Gloss, which is an alkyd. It's not a latex, it's a mineral paint. It just uses water as the delivery. So that's an excellent. I can get a glass-like finish. I'll just spray with this one a little bit now. So help if I plugged it in. Joys of making on the fly videos. So what you want to do is pull the trigger, get the air going through first. I've turned it to 45 on the end, so I'll just get a spot and I'll spray it on this bit of green cardboard here. So pull the trigger, let the air start flowing through, wait a couple of seconds, and then you pull it a little bit further. Now there's a material adjustment here, which basically is a stop for the trigger. I normally wind it up about 5, right down to the bottom, go up about 5 times, and then try it, and then sort of adjust it up to get me setting right. The more you go up, the further you can pull the trigger in, the more material comes out. I've got it set up about right. I need to wipe the end off, because every time you fire it up you want to wipe the end off, make sure there's nothing blocking. And I'll just put a line along here. So I'll start it up, let the air blow out a little bit, and then I'll pull it all the way and get the material out. I'm holding it too far away there, and so I'm getting a lot of splatter around the edge, so I need to go a little bit closer and also hold it a bit straighter. A bit hard one-handed, but here we go. That's not too bad. So there we go. I can get a wider fan now. Need to up the material a bit there, I think. Just a little bit. I'll just up it a little bit right here. So there we go. These are brilliant sprayers. They would suit a DIY or a professional. I'm a professional. On smaller jobs, I go in, I use this on the trim all the time. I have an AA sprayer, but just with small skirting boards and the windowsill and that, it's never worth the getting it out and the cleaning and all the rest of it. These are so easy to clean. The finish is top class. I'm getting mirrored gloss finish on windowsills and doors. So really good. So just to reiterate, this is the Haupon TM-71. This is the bigger one out of the two. This is the one I'd say to buy.